Hello everyone, we are from Group 9 that consists of Fiska, Bella, John, Emil, and Niken will present about letter of recommendation for scholarship. Please enjoy our presentation. I am Fiska. Today, I will present about the meaning and the function of a letter of recommendation in scholarship application. A letter of recommendation for scholarship is a document that includes information which are demonstrating the candidate aptitude for admission into a particular learning institution. There are the function of letter of recommendation in scholarship application. The first function is as a strong endorsement of your personal and academic qualities. Second, expressing your accomplishment and your potential success in the future. Third, showing that you have people in your life who are motivated to have your qualities and achievement. And the last one is providing strong evidence which prove that you are qualified candidate to receive the scholarship. And for the next slide will be explained by Bella.
Okay, hello everyone, my name is Bella Natalia with student number 151. Now I will explain you about letter of recommendation. And the letter of recommendation must consist of 2 until 3 paragraphs, starting with your relationship with the person who signed the reference, followed by your skills or demonstrate over the line of your relationship with this person and personal character. Remember to write this in the third person about you. And here are some steps you should know when writing a recommendation letter. Step 1. Figure out the type of letter. It is important to distinguish the type of reference letter that will be written before diving into the skills that you wish to highlight. And there are two types of reference. The first one, employment reference, and the second one, academic reference. Step 2. Highlight the skills you displayed in your interaction with this person. Always remember the context of the letter and who is writing it to ensure a genuine and truthful statement about who you are. Focus on a few key skills or traits you saw during your relationship with the person who referring you. And always use personal examples to strengthen your points. And the next, step 3. Finish with a quick summary and permission to contact. Quick summary of the skills that were highlighted in the letter as you bring things to a close. And don't forget at the line, like, feel free to contact me if you have any question, to give your reference to option to communicate with your potential student over the phone or via email necessary. And this recommendation checklist for scholarship reference letter. 1. Establish your link and knowledge of the student. The student name and level of study, the name of the program or opportunity to which they are applying, and describe how long you have known the student. 2. Provide detailed information on the student background and credentials. Discuss the student performance and motivation in your course. Comment on the student academic and intellectual capacity and potential. Provide at least one specific example of noteworthy achievement. And the last, provide at least one specific example of evidence of leadership and positive character traits. 3. Link the student's background to the current recommendation. Discuss when the student is a good candidate for the program, and summarize by formally recommending the student for the program or opportunity. And the last, Provide your professional mark. Print the letter on institutional letterhead. List your title and contact information. And the last, sign the letter. Okay, the next slide will be explained by John.
Okay, thank you, Bella. I'm John, and now I will continue to explain about the letter of recommendation. And I will explain about the structural letter of recommendation. And as you can see on the screen on the right side, there is an example of letter of recommendation. The first part of the structure is the sender address, the date, inside address, salutation, introduction. The first paragraph is an introduction of a letter of recommendation, and in this part, you should introduce the person you are recommending, and explain your connection to the person you are recommending, include how you know them and why you are qualified to recommend the person for the scholarship. And then the next is body. In the body section, you should write the details, the more information or details about the person you are recommending. In the in this paragraph, you will write more information about the person you are writing about. And it can be the personal characteristics or the leadership qualities or many or any achievements of the person you are recommended. And then the next part is the conclusion. In the conclusion, you contains a brief summary of why you are recommending the person, and also contains an overview to provide more information. And then the next is complementary closing and the professional mark or signature lines. And here's the example of scholarship recommendation letter. As you can see here, it is the center address, and in the center address you can also write your email or phone number for the further information, and then the date, inside address, and the salutation. And we use this kind of salutation if we do not know who will be reading the letter. And then the first paragraph is the introduction, the second paragraph is the body, and the body depends on the writer how long will you write the details of the person you are recommending. And then the third paragraph is the conclusion part, and then the next is complementary, and the last is the signature lines. So that's all from me, and the next explanation will continue by Kak Email. Thank you.
Hi guys, my name is Imelda Wahyuningsi, student number 107. Before writing letter of recommendation for scholarship, we need to know that there are some key takeaways as our guide to make our letter perfect. Here are the key takeaways that we can use. The first one, customize your letter to the specific scholarship and each individual student. The second, emphasize your confidence in her or his future success by speaking enthusiastically about a student's merit and why the scholarship committee should invest in his or her academic and professional future. The third, highlight the student's primary strengths, particularly as they relate to the scholarship. The fourth, give stories, example, and observation to back up your phrase. The last one, choose words that are powerful and have impact. By being intentional with your phrasing and flow of ideas, while avoiding generic language and cliché. The next one, who do you think that need recommendation letter for scholarship? Recommendation letters are generally used by students applying to undergraduate and graduate schools and scholarship or fellowship programs. First, the recommendation letter of scholarship can be used for individuals who are applying to business school or an MBA program. Typically need 2 or 3 recommendations that explain why they're a good candidate for business school. The recommendation might explain why they have leadership potential or how they have succeeded in past academic or business pursuit. The second one, some scholarship programs require applicants to submit recommendations to support their scholarship application. This is most common in merit-based programs that award scholarship based on academic merit, volunteer experience, and etc. Then the next one will be explained by Niken.
Hello, I am Niken and I want to explain the rest of the topic. Maybe you will ask to yourself, who can write your letter or who is the recommender? This is the answer. You can ask your teacher, counselor, professor, or someone that understands you, and it depends on the scholarship criteria. Then, I'm going to explain how to ask letter of recommendation. The first thing that you have to remember is give the author time. It means that don't rush your recommender with deadline and don't ask them to write the letter several days before the deadline. Give a proper time around 3 weeks. Next, make a personal request. Schedule an appointment to discuss the recommendation fully. The last is supply your recommender with much information. It includes your correct information and the materials that needed for the application. Maybe in the future, one of us will be in the position as the recommender. So this is important thing that you have to remember. 1. Understand the scholarship requirements. You have to know the real information about the scholarship besides from your students. Then, use your personal relationship to the candidate. Because this letter is to know the aptitude of the candidate, you have to describe the candidate's attitude with a real example. Make sure you know the candidate's or your student's aptitude. Then, the way you write the letter is 1. Follow the structure. Follow the right structure of the letter. And then, your experience with the students. This is important because the scholarship committee wants to understand your students. Be sure include the details. The last is don't forget to highlight the students' strengths and their potential to succeed at the university they plan to attend. I think this is the end of our presentation. If you have any question, please kindly ask my group in the WhatsApp group discussion. Thank you very much and have a nice day. See you.